Hello everyone, welcome back to the Rapid Fire News channel. Please make sure to subscribe and like my videos because today we are diving into a breaking and unfolding story that has already begun to send shockwaves across the globe. The report coming in is dramatic, intense, and potentially a turning point in the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia. The news is that Ukraine has launched a massive strike on Russian territory, and according to multiple sources, a key Russian base has been reportedly destroyed. This kind of development is not just about one strike. It's about escalation, strategy, timing, and the message it sends to both allies and adversaries. So let's unpack what exactly happened, how it unfolded, and what this might mean moving forward. The first thing that makes this strike stand out is the sheer scale and boldness of the attack. We're not talking about a small drone incursion or a minor artillery exchange across the border. This was described as a coordinated and large-scale strike that managed to penetrate deep into Russian territory. The base targeted, reportedly a critical military hub, is said to have played a major role in supplying troops, storing ammunition, and housing advanced weapons systems. Exterior analysis of the strike suggests it was designed not just for damage, but for symbolism. Ukraine wanted to show that no location inside Russia is completely safe if it continues its war effort. The images and satellite data emerging show large fires, heavy smoke, and destruction that could take weeks, if not months, for Russia to fully recover from. For Ukraine, this exterior picture of devastation is being presented as proof of its growing ability to take the fight far beyond its own borders. When we shift from the exterior to the interior of the story, what really matters is the intelligence and planning behind the strike. The interior layer is about how Ukraine prepared, coordinated, and executed the operation. Though Ukraine has not officially disclosed all the methods, defense analysts believe this involved a combination of drones, precision, guided missiles, and perhaps special reconnaissance support. The short but telling statements from Ukrainian officials emphasize one thing. They are no longer just defending. They are pushing the war into Russian territory itself. The interior part of the strategy is also psychological, instilling fear inside Russia, undermining its military's sense of security, and shaking the confidence of its citizens who thought the war was distant. This short but powerful element of the story reminds us that interior planning, covert intelligence gathering, and modern military technology can flip the battlefield narrative almost overnight. Now let's talk about performance because in military terms, the performance of a strike is measured by its accuracy, scale, and impact enemy capability. Reports suggest that Ukraine's performance here was strikingly effective. The precision of the attack ensured that key infrastructure and military stockpiles were destroyed while minimizing wasted effort. Early assessments indicate that several advanced systems, ammunition depots, and command facilities were obliterated. For a country like Ukraine, whose resources are limited compared to Russia, the performance of every strike must maximize value. That's what makes this strike remarkable. It wasn't random. It wasn't just about firing weapons. It was about ensuring that the performance of every missile, every drone, and every detonation counted strategically. And in that sense, Ukraine's performance in this operation seems to have surpassed expectations, showing the world that its military is capable of staging high-level coordinated strikes with real consequences. Safety features might sound unusual in a war context, but they are crucial when analyzing how Ukraine carried out this mission. Every strike of this nature carries the risk of escalation, retaliation, or even failure. So, safety features in military planning involve minimizing risks to civilians, ensuring that operations avoid unnecessary casualties, and preventing strikes from spiraling out of control into a larger regional conflict. Ukrainian officials have emphasized repeatedly that their goal is to strike military infrastructure, not civilians. The precision and targeting of this base suggests that safety measures were indeed integrated into the mission. Another safety feature worth noting is Ukraine's reliance on unmanned systems like drones. By sending drones deep into hostile territory instead of piloted aircraft, Ukraine reduced the risk of losing pilots or escalating direct clashes. This aspect of the operation demonstrates not just effectiveness but responsibility, showing the international community that Ukraine aims to conduct strikes in a way that aligns with its defensive justification. When we examine the unique selling points of this strike, several stand out clearly. The first unique point is its psychological effect. This attack has shown that Russia's vast territory is not immune to Ukrainian reach. That message alone is powerful. The second unique selling point is the technology on display. Ukraine's use of modern innovative warfare combining drones, intelligence, and long-range precision has given it an edge that belies the raw size advantage of Russia's military. The third selling point is political. This strike comes at a time when global opinion and support matter deeply for Ukraine. Demonstrating capability on this scale reassures allies that their support is not in vain. It also sends a message to fence-sitters that Ukraine is not only surviving, it's capable of hitting back hard. These unique selling points elevate the strike from a single event into a defining strategic maneuver in the wider war. The concept of price in this context is not about money, but about the cost of the strike. The price is measured in risk, in resources expended, and in potential consequences. Ukraine has paid a price in terms of expending valuable drones, missiles, and intelligence assets to make this strike successful. There is also the price of potential retaliation. Russia will likely respond, and Ukraine must brace for counterattacks. On the other side, the price for Russia is immense. Losing a key base means losing logistical support, weapons storage, and command capability. The economic price is also significant. Replacing destroyed equipment and rebuilding facilities will require enormous resources at a time when Russia's economy is already strained by sanctions. In addition, there is a political price. Leaders in Moscow now face domestic criticism about how such a strike could penetrate so deep into Russian territory. So while the strike delivered massive results, the price is being felt on both sides, each in very different ways. In conclusion, what we are witnessing with this reported massive strike is not just another episode in the ongoing war. It's a potential inflection point. Ukraine has demonstrated boldness, precision, and capability in ways that challenge assumptions about the balance of power. Russia, despite its size and military assets, has shown vulnerability that will be studied and debated for weeks to come. The world is watching closely to see how this escalates. Will Russia retaliate harshly and risk widening the conflict, or will it struggle quietly to repair the damage and adapt? For Ukraine, the conclusion is that resilience and innovation continue to drive its fight. And for us, watching from the outside, the lesson is clear. Wars are no longer fought only on the front lines. They are fought through strategy, technology, psychology, and the ability to seize moments that change the entire narrative. This story is still unfolding, and as more updates come in, we will be right here to keep you informed. Once again, this is Rapid Fire News. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more breaking stories.